All right, everybody, we are officially live on the podcast. Welcome to the show. Everybody, thank you for joining us. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of context, and we'll talk about why we're here and what we want to kind of like accomplish in terms of understanding, what the show is going to be about. So very quickly, I'll introduce myself. My name's Eden. I'm 31. I'm originally from New York, and here kind of exploring a little bit more, people's minds and what they think about, different things like dating specifically, which we'll focus on today. I'm joined here with my buddy Mitch, who's the co-host.
What's up, guys?
Give a couple words about yourself, Mitch.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm Mitch. I'm from LA. We're in Israel with Ari, Eden, our boy Zeev over here, the producer.
That's right.
Let's get into this shit. We're here with Ari.
Let's throw it down to Ari over there in the back. Ari, what's going on?
What's up? My name is Ari. I'm from New York. I'm also 31. And I've been in Israel and kind of had this idea, dating in New York, dating in Israel. What's the difference?
100%.
And that's it.
So everybody has very, very different perspectives on dating. And specifically, we have a very interesting panel. I've brought over a couple of different people here with a couple of different backgrounds. And I think that everybody shares a very unique and different perspective when it comes to dating. So let's go ahead and go around the panel and introduce everybody. We have people from different continents here. We have North America, South America, Europe. So let's go around. Let's start with you over here. What is your name? Give us your age, how long you've been here, and also your relationship status, please.
Okay. I'm Olivia. I'm from New York. I'm 25. I've been here since August. I'm on a Massage program. Yeah.
On a Massage program. And current relationship status, would you say that you're single? Are you in a relationship? Are you seeing someone? Is it kind of fluid? What's the story?
Very single. Right
Very,
now.
very single.
Very, very single.
I have to know what very, very single means and how that's different from just regular single. Is there a difference?
Up until like 2 days ago, I was
Yeah.
like very much in something, not a relationship, but something. And now no longer.
Do you mind me specifically asking what that something is and how you would define it?
I feel like we can get into it later, but dating in Israel
Okay.
is like you're dating, and then all of a sudden, no.
So
Like
you're
it's
dating, and then all of a sudden, no.
No, it's like
Something drops
like,
off.
Yeah, like you're not boyfriend and girlfriend, but you're dating. And then even
Okay.
when you become boyfriend and girlfriend, you're not partners. So
Okay.
It's never,
So it sounds
takes
like-
very long to get
No, wait,
serious.
I'm actually intrigued.
It sounds
Right.
like
So
the-
it sounds.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that, but it sounds like in this specific situation that you're in, you have all of the primary components of a relationship, which means I'm assuming you're together for some time. There's trust. There's maybe exclusivity. However, you guys don't have the official Facebook status.
Exactly.
Is that what it is?
Exactly.
Okay. Interesting.
That
Thank
sounds
you.
like the complete opposite of dating in New York specifically. I would say the U.S., but I'm most familiar with New York, where things are very casual for a long time.
Things are very
Yeah.
casual for a long
That's what
time.
it feels like to me.
Are things not casual here? Is that what you're saying?
I think their version of casual is confusing.
Okay.
For New Yorkers, for example, like I think it's confusing. I'm confused.
You're confused.
I was confused.
You're
Yeah.
confused because the guy doesn't make it clear to you?
No, it's like they want to be like he wanted to be with me. I was like, okay, we're in this. And then I said something so silly that I was like, oh, my mom asked how you were. And I
Right.
was like, what? What? Like,
Right, right,
Like we were
right.
doing all the things up
Interesting.
until it.
You were
But
doing
that's
it.
not the reason. It's done.
So
but-
I would assume it was like mutually decided upon between everybody else or between both parties involved to either stay in the relationship or guess I quit it, right? And so you were getting lack of clarity. You weren't getting the clarity that you wanted, and you decided it's done, right? Okay. So you went from something to nothing, right? Now it's very, very single. Just to sum it up.
Now it's freedom.
Now it's freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom's a good thing.
Mhm.
I love freedom. Okay, let's start with you next, please. Introduce
Hi,
yourself.
my name is Laura. I'm 18 years old. I'm from São Paulo,
Can
Brazil.
we take the mic and take it a little closer to
Yeah.
you? You guys can take the mic and play
Hi.
with it and bring it back and forth between
I'm
one
going to
another.
repeat. My name is Laura.
Yes.
I'm 18. From São Paulo, Brazil.
Okay.
I am single. That's it. Yeah.
So Laura, 18, from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and single.
Single. Oh, I've been here 2 months.
Been here for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Would you say that you're very single, the way that she claimed, or is it like just regular single?
I'm single. I'm regular single.
Regular single.
Yeah.
So no like situationship, no specific like commitments or anything. Free, the way that she said.
Yeah.
Single.
I'm single.
Okay.
Okay, not get
Awesome.
a lot into.
Awesome. Cool. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go on with you, please.
Hi, my name is Anna. I'm 21 and I'm from Germany. And I'm kind of in a situationship.
A situationship. Finally, we get a different term here thrown at us.
Can we get a definition of that term?
Yeah, Mitch wants a definition.
Let's get a
We're gonna
definition.
definitely need a definition of what situationship means
So-
according to you.
So I'm seeing someone, it's kind of committed, but also not, there's no label. So, and the other thing is that it's long distance. So that's
It's
another.
long distance. Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you specifically here in Israel for? How long have you been here for?
Also for 2 months.
You've been here for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming that relationship was something that you carried on with you here
Yeah.
from Germany, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Cool. And are you guys happy together so far? Would you say that the long distance thing is something that you think would end up working out, I guess, long term, or do you think, or are there issues with the whole long
So
distance
far,
thing?
everything is good, but obviously it's kind of frustrating because not putting a label and not seeing the person like in person regularly,
Mhm.
but we're keeping it kind of like low. We're taking it slow, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. Like,
Has he
Why-
expressed any discontentment with the situation being that you're not with him right now, or that you decided to go and leave to Israel, or leave the relationship, leave Germany,
yeah.
pursue your own thing?
So it kind of happened like this. I was never supposed to meet him. It happened because of the war. I moved to Germany for a while for
Okay.
the first semester, so I'm studying here
Okay.
at Tel Aviv University.
Is it just one semester?
Yeah, the first semester
Okay.
here.
Do you plan on
But
staying for just one semester, or are you going to be staying a little longer?
I'm staying here for not forever,
Forever.
but for my yeah.
Forever.
Indefinitely. Indefinitely.
An
Yeah.
undetermined
Sounds
amount
like
of
a
time
problem for
right
the
now,
relationship.
No,
right?
like our program is 2 years. We study together.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay. And I was just wondering if she specifically only planned on being here one semester as opposed to like the full 2 years. But okay,
So
one
the-
semester.
So the first semester, yes, I was there and we kind of met. I don't
Okay.
know, and everything was good. And I was kind of uncertain about how this is going to go and
Right.
if he's like up for it.
Right.
But he is kind of like a committed guy. He's really into it, like to pursue this with me. So yeah, and he also goes for a while abroad. So
Okay.
maybe we will take a break for a
Mhm.
while, and no pressure. Like see how it goes. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Best of luck.
Yeah. Thank
Awesome.
you.
And last but not least,
Hi,
hi.
my name is Ronit.
Okay.
I'm from Mexico City. I'm 28 years old.
Okay.
I didn't love that I'm from Mexico City because he gets to speak Spanish to me.
Once in a while, I get an opportunity to speak Spanish, and Ronit gives me that opportunity. So I'm very grateful for it.
Of course. And I don't know, my relationship status is complicated. It's always complicated.
Okay, so far, something that I've seen, Mitch,
What does that
something
mean?
that I've seen is that everybody has given a bit of a different definition for what their relationship status is. And it could be that they're in similar situations. It could be that they're in different situations. But so far, we have like very, very single, freedom, single, regular single, situationship, which means like long-term dating. And then we have it's complicated.
It's complicated.
So what does complicated mean to you? What is complicated?
I don't know, you can't say you're single because you keep like dating guys, but at the same time, like nothing's really concrete, you know? So,
Okay.
like, it's like an in-between situation.
Do you mind me asking specifically, you're dating guys, are you dating multiple guys at the same time? And when I say dating, I don't mean like, getting super intimate, but I mean, are you entertaining multiple options at the same time and no specific option is putting itself ahead of all the others?
I wouldn't call it like so many options.
Okay.
No, it basically
Like 2, 3?
No, the thing is that like one comes and then one goes and then one comes and it's like
Right.
each one has its own. I don't know. It's weird. But
It's a revolving door.
Yeah, it's literally.
It's a revolving
like
door.
that. Yeah.
If you had to say, Ronit, what the primary reason, according to you, that none of those options have specifically, I guess, kind of like moved forward in the next step of becoming a serious relationship, what would it be? Would it be because, would you say you're picky? Are they picky? Are they not serious? Are you not serious? What would you say would be the primary reason, just according to you?
No, I think it's a combination of everything,
Okay.
and also the fact that I'm not sure if I want to live here. So,
Okay. So you're not fully invested
Yeah.
in, I guess, whatever the situation is with whomever you're conducting it with.
yeah.
Right.
So for that reason, the door's always
So that actually leads me to my first question,
nice.
which I'm going to ask the full panel. So do you think
What
that
about you guys? Are you single?
I'm single? I'm
Like,
single. Yeah, I'm
Mitch,
single.
what's up with
Single.
you?
I'm single.
Single.
Yeah, I'm very,
Are
very
you
single.
Half single.
I would just say
single?
I'm a simple
Are you
man,
dating?
just single.
Freedom.
Are you dating?
Freedom single.
So I'm single. Yeah, if you guys want some context about me, for sure, I'm single. I am dating for sure, and what dating means, it means like I'm dating, with intention of potentially meeting someone who's a cool girl who can turn into a girlfriend and eventually a wife down the line. But yeah, single means I haven't found that person, so it's still open. What about you, Mitch?
I agree. I have not found that person yet. Actively looking. No freedom stuff going on, but like actively looking. for
What does that
person.
mean? No freedom stuff, Mitch.
No, I mean like.
That means you're taken. That means you're taken.
No,
Mitch, are you taken?
Not taken. Not
Yeah.
taken.
Hold on.
Not
Hold on. Everyone
Okay,
wants
I
to
wanna
know if
ask
Mitch
you
is
a question.
taken.
I want to ask you a question. So you said it's a revolving door and it's like it keeps going. I want to know what at what point is it like that person comes in and it's like that's it, no more revolving door. I want to go exclusive. Like who does that person look like to you?
Oh, such a great question.
Amazing question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing
I'd love
question.
to have the answer. I really don't.
You don't know.
The answer
Please.
changes. The answer changes
Yeah.
day by day because then you see someone and you're like, wow, I really admire them. They're so amazing.
Can we talk
They're
closer
so
to the mic?
cool. They're so cool. And then it's like you have goggles on, your rose-colored glasses. So you think it's the person, and then
What goes wrong? What's the issue?
A multitude of things.
Right.
I also I think things don't work out for me all the time here because I also don't know if I'm leaving in 2 months for sure, for a couple
Okay.
of months. I'm making Aliyah from home, and that scares people, and I understand that.
So
Scares
do you
me.
think that because I guess both of you, the one common thing that I'm seeing here is that both of you guys are independently not fully sure if you're committed to the place. Therefore, I guess maybe the way it manifests in terms of relationships is that you don't fully commit to any one person or any one specific fling or tryst or whatever it is that you're involved with because you know that you might be out the door tomorrow. Is it that?
Yeah and no, because at the end I want to like if I move to Israel, like I want to move for me, you know.
Mhm.
Like I've literally been moving around the entire world for a guy. Like I'm done.
That's something very, very interesting. So would you say this is a specific question that I actually wanted to ask, and I'm going to go back around the panel. I'm going to start with you, Ronit. So you would relocate yourself based on a potential suited candidate for you.
I used to, yes. Now probably I would.
So you meet somebody today. He's an incredible person. He's temporarily here for a month in Israel because that's where you're at. You guys hit it off. You connect, etc. And he tells you he's from Canada. He lives in Toronto, as an example. And he tells you, listen, I love this. I'd love to extend this further. I'd love to see what this could be. I want to see this through with you. Come with me to Canada. Is that something that you would potentially do?
Now I don't know. If you would have asked me this like a year ago, I would have said yes for sure.
What changed now?
The fact that now I've come to the realization that if you're not gonna move to a place for yourself, then don't move for anybody else because then you're gonna regret.
Okay.
Well, did you have a situation that you moved for someone
I
else
was
and you
gonna move to
regretted it?
Barcelona, yeah.
For a guy.
This happened a
Yeah.
few
For a guy.
times.
Would you move to
Yeah.
Barcelona for a guy?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
Well, listen, I know you're in a situationship, right?
Yeah.
But if we can somehow fathom the idea that you're single in another world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you entertain the idea of potentially moving to Barcelona for a guy if it like you're in the middle of your studies right now? You have 2 semesters that you just committed to here in Israel. However, you met an amazing man, the love of your life. He's got every specific quality that you're looking for in a man, but he lives in Barcelona. Would you do it?
Probably not. I would finish my bachelor's here.
Okay.
Studies go first for me, then like this love life.
Okay.
So this is
So priorities.
priorities.
Okay. And you guys?
I think the same thing. Like, I'm gonna finish my studies and then think about it. Honestly, I wanted to go to Barcelona for my master's or something.
Okay.
So it's not the
Not,
worst
hold on,
idea.
not for the men. Not for the men.
But not for the men, for
right?
me. No, yeah. But maybe. Like, no. For
Okay.
men, probably not. Like,
For men, probably not.
like maybe in the future, if I'm like more
No, I
after studying,
Right.
like after getting my degree, maybe the level of my life. But
I
right
do
now.
think it's a smart thing to put yourself first and at least, set yourself up in the foundation for your life beforehand. And if you meet someone where he's doing kind of the same thing and that aligns, perfect.
I feel like at least in the first few years of like my studies,
Mhm.
I'm gonna focus on myself,
Okay.
and then like maybe in the future, potentially.
She's
Yeah,
also
come
18.
on,
I do think that age also definitely does play a factor
Yeah,
here.
that's true.
You're 18, like the world is ahead of you. Really, your entire life is ahead of you. Dating, breakups, relationships, all
That's
that
true.
stuff. And what about you, Olivia?
The girl boss part of me says no.
The girl
Fine.
boss part of you.
The lover
But
girl.
To be fair, I moved to Israel because I really was like in love with someone, and it didn't
Oh,
work out.
wow.
Shit.
But not like
Oh shit.
That's not the only reason. Like there was
Okay.
there was a lot of reasons, but it was
Okay.
a driving force. So I don't know. I think
Are you guys still dating? No. No, right?
So you
Absolutely
said,
not.
well, what happened?
Right,
with that?
super single, super
Freedom.
single. Freedom.
I had a wrong idea. Like I was like had
Yeah.
again like the goggles on.
Well, what, you guys met in elsewhere and you came here?
No,
you
I met in Israel. Like I went here 2 years ago for a month. I met him then, and talked for a year basically, back
Okay.
and forth. Came here, and I made a commitment to myself to be like, okay, 2 months, I'm just gonna be by myself, see if I actually like it. I love it. But he had a girlfriend the entire time.
You dated a guy who had a girlfriend in the end.
I didn't know
When
that,
did you
though.
find that out?
Way too late.
Yeah, in like November. So,
So he had like a double thing going on?
he had okay. So I met
Triple.
him in like June of 2022.
Do you mind me just quickly asking how you met him if you were abroad?
I met him at Spice House in Tel Aviv.
So you were here visiting
Yeah.
and then you met him.
Yeah, my
Okay.
friend was living here. I visited her, and met him randomly outside, and whatever, hit it off. Had like a date, 2 dates, 3 dates, whatever.
She loves married men.
No, if you only knew the therapy I had to go to after this. No, I like talked to him for a year, and it was great. And then something changed, like right before I came, and I didn't know what. Came here. And
Do you mind me just asking a very specific question quickly?
Yeah.
At any point in the relationship, if you guys were together, did you guys entertain the idea, or I guess after you found out, the idea of him potentially leaving his relationship, leaving his wife, leaving whatever his
No.
his
He
thing was
wasn't-
for
He
you?
wasn't in a relationship when I met him. He was
Okay.
not in a relationship.
Oh,
when I
so
met
you
him.
literally just like
I
dated
would
you and
never
dated
do
someone
that.
else
I
at the
would,
time?
to be clear, I would never, ever do that.
It's on the
I
record.
don't know. Everybody
Olivia
has
would never
their own
do
way
that.
of like looking at things. So I'm just curious.
No.
Okay.
I was very much single, and then something changed right before I came, and I didn't know what. But I didn't think too much about it. He was traveling,
Okay.
and I also like already committed to coming here, so I was like,
Okay.
either way, it has to work out. Came here, whatever. War happened. I left the country for a couple weeks. I went to Greece. I came back, and then I was
Okay.
like, okay, we need to see each other. Da 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 da. We're talking, and then one day he's like, I actually have to tell you something, and I'm like, what? What? And he's like, I met a girl a couple months ago, and like I really like her. I really like you, but you're not Israeli, and it's never gonna work out. And I was like, okay, heard
Wow.
you.
Just like
So,
that.
Yeah, I mean, there was more to it, but like.
Did you
that's-
tell him you're not American enough for me either, and it's not going to work out according to me? No.
It's okay. It's honestly for the best. So.
Well, do you
best.
think there's any truth to that it's hard for an American and Israeli to date? Do you think there's any truth to what he said?
It's a good
yeah,
question.
for sure. Like,
Do you think
for
you
sure.
can date an Israeli seriously?
I would love to because I know I want to make Aliyah. I would love to, but there's differences. Like there's a lot. I don't know. After dating for a while here, I understand. There's big differences that they're just never gonna understand, and I won't understand either. I don't think it's impossible. Like you see it all the time. I just think it requires a lot of work, a lot of sensitivity, and sometimes both sides don't have sensitivity for each other.
Israeli men are complicated.
Extremely.
Israeli
It's
men
so
are
deep.
complicated.
Extremely.
What is complicated
Say
mean?
more.
my god, I didn't.
What's complicated
What is
about that?
I want to know, of course.
yeah.
I'm not an
Zeev
Israeli
wants
man.
to know. Zeev wants to know what's
we
complicated
actually,
about
guys,
that.
we have an Israeli man over here with us.
He wants to know.
He's not in the camera.
Come
quickly
in.
say hi. Quickly say hi.
Come in the camera.
Guys,
Ask them
Zeev,
what's complicated.
Ask
Okay,
her
okay,
what's
okay.
complicated about
I
Israeli
want
men.
to ask this question.
Zeev, you got a question. You got a question right now.
Truly
Yes.
want to know what is so complicating dating with Israeli guys. As an Israeli. Go for it.
I don't know. They're like, they have different ideas. I don't know. I came to Israel also, like I really liked someone like coming to it. Like I came here like before the war, and then the war started. I came back to Brazil, and then this whole time I was in Brazil, I was talking to someone that I
Right.
really liked, and I came to Israel, like liking someone.
Right.
So 2 months ago, it's not a lot of time. So
Is it specifically a language thing?
no,
it a
because
cultural thing?
no,
Wait, I need to ask
because he
something.
spoke
Wait.
Portuguese with me.
Oh, okay,
Senior
got it.
Portuguese.
Wait, you
Got it.
came like this time to Israel for a guy.
No.
Kind of, but
Kind
yeah.
of. I would say like 40%. 40%.
Okay.
Yes.
You came this time to Israel for a
No,
guy.
I was coming to like to uni either way. Like I think one of the things that bonded us in the beginning was the fact that I was going to Israel.
Okay.
Like they were like we met like 1 year and a half ago, and like
Yeah.
the whole
No, that's-
conversation.
That's actually crazy because I also came for a guy.
Oh my god.
Honestly, Masa, like, that was like hiring
This
guys.
is a point
Yo,
of like,
Masa.
Yo, quick shout out to Masa.
Shout out to
for
Masa.
what they
Shout
do.
out to
Masa knows what they're doing
It's
here.
like it's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. They get like
This
all
is
these
insane.
foreign girls on like tag leads and Masa, and they show them Israeli men because they're all like Neshama, Chaim Sheli, and then they're like, oh my god, they're so
Chaim Sheli.
nice, they're so chivalrous,
They seriously have their.
they're
best
so
marketing.
manly.
Are they not?
Yes, they are. But
They
Zeev
are,
wants
they
to know,
are.
are they or are they not?
But okay, I used to think that because of the army and like how life is here,
Right.
it aged men maturely.
It did.
And-
Okay.
and it actually has not.
I think so. I'm going to say this. I think it does. I think
does,
that if you're 22 years old and or let's just say 24, which is like a nice kind of like median age for when you're in the kind of single dating market. You're 24 years old. You're looking for guys who are 24, 25, 26. That guy who's 24, 25, 26 has gone through 3, potentially 4 years of the army. Okay.
A war now.
Which involves him being in a social kind of like hierarchy in a specific structure where he understands how to take orders, how to give orders, also how to assume responsibility. Responsibility is the number one thing that I think matures a man or matures human beings in general. But if we're talking about men here, because you're a girl and you're dating men,
I don't-
that's something that he went through. On top of that, they also do a lot of traveling. They travel South America for 6 months. They go to India, Asia, whatever it is. They expose themselves to different culture. And by the time they come back and they're meeting you, they're serious about the next stage in their life, which is studies or work or whatever it is, and developing themselves further. And they're meeting you. So I would argue they are mature men, but what would you think
give
is...
them a lot more credit than.
So
no
tell me.
offense, no
So tell me.
offense.
So
We
tell
want to
me.
hear a woman's perspective
Yeah.
on
What
I
these
makes
dudes.
them not perspective?
Like,
What makes them not
logically-
immature?
Logically, that should all make sense.
They should
Right.
be more
They
mature,
should, they
but
should
they're
be,
not.
But I
What
don't
makes
know.
them?
I think okay. I think within Israeli women's society, they are more mature.
Closer to the
with-
mic, please.
With like foreign women,
Take the mic closer.
I
to you.
think that they're different. I think they see them as like temporary, which a lot of the time it is. But I don't know. I think I could only compare it to American men, New York men
Okay.
specifically.
Right.
I think
Oh, I've heard they're the worst.
they are the worst. But by the
Guys,
time
I'm from New York, by the way. Just a quick
New York,
thing,
yeah.
please. Let's not hate on New York men.
So I think okay, New York men go through a phase from like 17 to 23,
Okay.
of being like frat boy, fuck boy phase, whatever, and then after that they
College also, which matures them. At some point, like they have to take their
Yeah,
studies
yes and
studies
no. Yeah, not the
semi-seriously.
same way.
Not in the same way, of
way.
course, but it's also a process of maturation,
Yeah.
right? So
But then they get settled, and like
Okay.
almost people settle quickly in comparison to Israel.
people settle quickly in New
Like
York.
they
comparison
like
to
get
Israel.
into corporate right away. Like they're in
Right.
corporate jobs by 25, and that's their life. They
Okay.
like want a wife, a kids, an apartment, a house, a mortgage.
Okay.
It's not like that here,
so
which
boring, though.
it is boring. That's why I don't want to be there. But
But not everybody's looking for adventure in life. Not everybody's looking for this crazy stuff. Some people are of the mind that I get older, I mature, I take things seriously, and I want to go and I want to finish my studies. I want to work on making money. I want to work on building my future, preparing myself for like the next stages in life, and also attracting the ideal Olivia that I'm looking for in my life, right? But Olivia's not interested. But you're saying that they're more serious, and that is something that's appealing to you, or not appealing to you, because you're here in Israel. That's the one thing.
No,
that
I love like the sense of adventure that there is here. Like I love
Okay.
it. I do like the sense of freedom. That
But you
even-
don't like that the men are immature or that they're not taking dating
They
seriously.
just- It's hard to explain, honestly. Like they don't have the phase of like fucking around from like 18 to 23.
They don't.
So
They
that's
don't.
what they do from 23 to 30. And that's like when usually, like for me, I would love to like be settled by 30. That doesn't happen that easily here. Which is like, that's an adjustment. It's a culture barrier, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I understand why, but like there's immaturity still, like within like dating.
Olivia, quick question. Do you think it's one or the other? It's like either they're like fucking around adventurous, or like mortgage and they're ready to like get married and like relax,
No.
take life seriously. What
No.
do you think the balance is?
There's a middle ground. Like
Okay.
I think a lot of men specifically here, like in the men that I've been dating, are in this middle ground between like going from one to the other. You can't just hop between the two. Like,
Right.
there's a whole process you have to go through. It's just, I think I'm too tired anymore to
Okay.
go through that.
Too
with them.
tired so much so that you're thinking about potentially leaving the country
Oh, no.
because the, I guess, pool of men or the market of men is insufficient or not to your standards?
No, I would never leave the country because like I don't.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's for other reasons, not necessarily
No.
because
I'm only leaving because I have a flight back. Like that's it. that's really the only reason.
you can cancel
the
the flight.
cancel
You
the
can
flight.
cancel
Oh
the
no,
flight.
it's no. There's no refund.
Big possibility.
There's no refund. There's no refund.
There's no refund.
No, I
There's
also
no refund on
I,
love. That's what I'd say.
I have no.
There's no refund on
yeah,
love.
I also like.
But if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, you know?
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
If it's meant
That's
to be, it
also
can
true,
survive the
for sure.
distance too.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, but no, I just need to go home. I haven't been home since August, and like,
Yeah.
I miss it. So I'm gonna go home for a little bit and then make Aliyah from home.
Got it. I want to ask one question right now, okay, for the panel. What is the context where most women meet men today? How do women meet men today? There's a couple different ways, and I want to go into kind of like each one of them, and I want to understand which ones are considered kosher, not kosher, appropriate, inappropriate, annoying, ideal. Okay. Jeff Seidel's Shabbat dinner. Any one of these things are all options.
Wherever it is.
If you had to say, for like, as a majority, or if you had to say like the number one way that you meet men nowadays or that you go on dates, would you say it's in person? Would you say it's online dating? Would you say it's one of the apps? Let's go around. Let's actually start with Ronit. I want to hear you.
It depends.
How did you meet the last guy that you went on the date with? Okay.
No.
In person.
In person, yeah.
In person. In person where?
At a Shabbat dinner.
At a Shabbat dinner. Okay. And what about the guy before him?
Also.
And what about the guy before him?
Complicated.
Everybody was at a Shabbat dinner.
Do you have dating apps?
I do.
You have dating apps.
Yeah.
You're active on the apps.
Yeah.
How many apps do you have?
One.
Just one. Which one?
Hinge.
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 Yeah.
What about Tinder?
Never used it.
By a show of hands, who has Tinder here?
I have.
Yo, get in the camera.
Guys, just for everyone who's not seeing in the camera, Ziv has Tinder. Ziv, our technician.
producer has Tinder.
The Israeli technician has Tinder. Okay, so 4 girls here, everybody from a different background, different ages.
What?
You have Tinder?
I had Tinder.
You
but-
had Tinder?
Nobody currently has Tinder.
Yeah,
No, I was going to say, you're in a long-distance relationship and you have Tinder. That's
No,
not
no,
the most
not
kosher
anymore.
thing. Where is this going?
It's a situationship.
Situationship.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Not the same thing.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, nobody has Tinder, right? Why don't you have Tinder? Let's start with you.
So because I'm with someone kind
Right.
of, but
Okay.
I had like my Tinder Bumble phase. So yeah, it's something else when you're a woman and like on dating platforms.
Okay.
It's kind of, yeah, too much.
Ronit? Why don't you have Tinder?
I Never downloaded it.
You never downloaded it?
Ever.
Never interested.
So,
You
so
didn't
when,
miss
when,
out,
when you
so-
first heard about, once upon a time, you first heard about dating apps.
Yeah.
Okay, this thing came out.
Yeah,
I have my phone here. On my phone, all I need to do is go to the App Store, download, type in dating, you get 500 options. The top 5 options, number 1 is Tinder.
No.
Why not download Tinder?
At that time, I was in a very long serious relationship.
Okay, but now you're single. Why not download it now?
To be honest, because
Yeah.
being here in Israel, like, Hinge, whatever, like, most Americans have Hinge. So I was always like, oh, I'm going to date an American. So I'm always
You're here in Israel specifically looking to date Americans,
Yeah, that's what I thought. But now.
but you're also at the same time not opening yourself up to the possibility of the entire dating pool, which is Israeli men.
They all have Hinge.
Yeah.
Do they?
exactly.
Yeah.
I
Do
feel
they?
like it's not the big. Some
Yeah.
do, but it's not like the biggest
It's not the
platform,
biggest.
right?
I don't know. I just.
Do you know what the biggest is?
What is the
Cupid.
biggest?
Oh, seriously?
Cupid.
Cupid.
Cupid is the
Wow.
biggest one.
Cupid is the
Cupid
biggest one. Cupid is the.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I understand.
Okay,
dating
Cupid.
app.
I want to hear both of you guys your specific reasons for why you don't have Tinder. If you're both single, very single, extremely single,
okay.
freedom, all of that
Freedom.
stuff. What is the reason that you don't have Tinder?
Honestly, in Brazil, like
Ronnie,
you don't
can you pass me
do
the
that.
bottle?
like it's
In
dangerous.
Brazil, you don't do that.
But
Dangerous.
being honest,
So true.
I was never interested in being very honest. I was never like not in a I'm always in a situationship, like
Okay.
never bored.
Somewhat,
so
with,
I
some,
never,
some involvement with some guy, right?
I never like stop and be like, oh, maybe I should get Tinder or Hinge or whatever.
Okay.
Never been on a dating app. So.
Never been on, and you've
Any.
never been on any dating apps.
That is
Nanny.
such a
So
flex.
all the interactions have been in
Such a
person, whatever, at a party, at a club, wherever it is, all in person.
If I take your phone right now and I open it, am I going to find one dating app?
No, you can take it.
I have a
it.
Bible here.
I don't
I'm
have
willing
it.
to bring out the Bible. Are you
No,
willing
I
to
don't
swear
have
on the
it.
Bible?
I never downloaded it.
The Old Testament, the
Why
Torah,
not?
the
Take it.
Torah, the Torah,
You can't-
the Torah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It never interests me. I don't know.
It never interested you?
No. Like honestly, I always met people in such a natural way, so it never was a big thing for me.
Okay.
I
Olivia?
fall in love very easily, so like.
Okay.
She's
You-
a lover
you were-
girl.
So
Aw.
you were, I guess, you were lucky enough to be graced with the presence of, or be introduced
People
to the
just
presence
appear
of
out of
guys
nowhere.
in your life through natural means.
I don't know if
Right,
I
more
want to say
organic
blessed,
means.
but they were definitely there.
They were there. They were there. Okay. Olivia, and then I'm going to ask a question about Tinder specifically.
Okay, I only have Hinge.
You only have Hinge.
I've had Tinder like in the past, but
Is
not in Israel.
Got it. Is the reason that nobody has Tinder because Tinder has a very casual, contextual association tied to it? Meaning, like, I have Tinder, that means I'm looking, if I match with a guy on Tinder, if I go on a Tinder date, it means that he's either looking for a one-night stand or he's looking for something casual and he's not serious.
Yeah, I think all of the apps kind of have a connotation. It's just that Hinge hides it better.
Hinge hides it better.
I feel like
Hinge
Hinge does make the platform look like it's more serious.
Yeah, it
Has
does.
like this more serious vibe where you scroll through, you like individual pictures instead of Tinder. It's like swipe left or swipe right,
Yeah.
right? It's like a different vibe with the
You can write.
with the app.
You
What
can
about,
write.
what about OkCupid?
What about OkCupid?
Cupid's
Let's
cool.
get on to
Cupid's
Guys,
cool.
OkCupid.
why
I
does
don't know what
why?
that is.
Okay,
Okay,
you don't. You're in
Cupid's
Israel.
cool.
You need to download dating apps. That's the first thing you need. You need to download dating apps. Why is OkCupid? And this is a question for everybody here, but also for Ziv, who's the Israeli here. In Israel specifically, I want to know why OkCupid is the most popular app as opposed to anything else. Like Hinge is actually a great app. If you think about it, you have a bunch of pictures. You
I
can.
think it's great. The fact that they make you answer all their questions.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the
You have like
so-
three
so
questions you
when
have
I
to
say
answer.
when I
to,
say
like,
great, I mean for someone who's looking for a little bit more, I guess, substance into the profiles that they're searching through. You get to see how the person answers very interesting questions, funny questions, quirky questions, and like what did you dress up for in Purim or Halloween? Ideal date would be. You know, my celebrity crush is, or whatever it is.
If it isn't better to
it's
have more
cringe,
info.
but at the same time, it's cringe, but it's like it's some sort of substance. Whatever the person puts or whatever the person chooses to put in their bio, I think they make it cringe or not.
Right. It's some
I
sort of
think-
insight into the person.
Exactly.
It's some sort of vibe about
Right.
who the person is,
Right.
how they answer the question, which is like what makes it different, like
Right.
with Tinder or Cupid or whatever
Right.
it is.
Oh wait,
So
Cupid is like that though.
Cupid's like what?
Cupid, okay, so you answer a bunch of questions. You could talk about it too. You probably know more than me.
This guy's
You
This guy's
answer-
no
One
idea
hundred-
what that is, dude.
Zeev doesn't know what Cupid is, right?
I don't know nothing.
Zeev doesn't know anything about Cupid.
But you answer a bunch of questions, and then when you see people, you can see your compatibility, like of the same questions they answered, how compatible you are. I don't think
Do
that's
you
true.
so honest question to the panel here, okay? You have these questions that everybody asks. You have pictures associated with that person's profile. You have, after you match, 80% compatibility, 30% compatibility, 10% compatibility.
Wait, it tells
and
you
then
how
you
compatible you
it
Yeah.
tells you.
Yeah,
it tells
it's
you.
like
it tells you.
98%.
And then you have pictures, right?
But
If the pictures are not ideal, does the compatibility actually matter?
No.
No.
you can't force that.
You can't force attraction.
I think if you meet in person, you could do it. But if you're looking online, like you're not gonna do that.
Right, because it's just like it's like you
You're
don't
not
get the
gonna
vibe.
do that.
Of the
Hold
person.
on. But what about the 95% compatibility
Okay, I have a
and common
theory.
interest that you guys have?
I have a theory that
You like the same music.
Cupid never goes below 50%. It's
You
a
think-
thing.
I've never seen Cupid go below 50%.
I don't think it's a thing. I don't have it anymore, but
I don't have dating apps, guys, by the way,
Yeah.
so I don't know. but I don't have dating apps, so I
He's
don't
an
know.
in-person guy. so-
I'm an in-person guy. But you think that Cupid just completely lies and bullshits and says like at a minimum 50% compatibility to, I guess, entice interaction
Right.
between the people?
Make people swiping.
I don't know. I've never used it.
You've never used it.
I don't even know what
Right,
it looks
right, right.
like.
Yeah, just a reminder for everybody to speak into the mic. So nobody has Tinder. Some people have some dating apps, right? I guess Hinge and Cupid are the most popular. What about specific guys and organic meeting, right? If you're all single ladies, with the exception of you, you're interested in I'm assuming meeting somebody at some point in your life, right? Maybe in the near future. You go through your life. You wake up, you go to work, you go to the coffee shop, you hang out with your friends, you go to dinner parties, you go to Shabbat dinners, you go to clubs, whatever it is. Is there an ideal context that is set up perfectly for you to meet a man? Would you not meet a man if he approached you in the middle of the day at a coffee shop?
I think it's
I
fine.
think that's
You think it's
almost
fine?
ideal.
It's almost ideal.
Yeah, it's innocent.
What about the idea of like him being a stranger?
Everyone's a stranger. Before
No,
you-
Everyone's-
I feel-
of course,
can
everyone's
I-
a str-
No, can I? say
Yeah,
something?
please.
I feel like that depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Like for example, me here in Israel,
It's fine.
like I know it's fine.
Yeah.
Like if anybody talks to me, like wherever, I'm okay
Mhm.
with it. If people come up to me in Mexico, I would like run away.
Yeah.
Wait, Roni, is it because they're Jewish? Is it because they look? Is it because like there's a common trait? What would be the reason? What would make the difference?
For sure, the fact that it's Jewish.
Okay.
For sure, the fact that you know that probably 90% of the people here have decent intentions.
Okay.
And yeah, the fact that I know I'm not gonna get murdered, like
Right.
that also helps. You know.
Honestly, in Brazil is exactly the same thing. Like, I would never go out with someone that approached me on the street.
Right.
Never. Like, I don't know them. If like,
You're in Brazil. Let's just say you're in a decent part of Brazil. You're going to.
Okay.
You're in. I don't want to use university because
In a
that's already a
party.
social context. I want to say literally like random, middle of the street. You're hanging out. You're waiting for the bus, and a decently attractive
I
man.
don't take the bus in Brazil. This is
Yeah.
The
one-
train.
Like,
No.
Okay.
No, but it's not like- yeah,
It's
it's-
a thing in third world countries.
you don't like if you don't usually take
So
the
what
bus.
about in a first
like,
world country?
Have you been to the
Technically-
United States? I want to use
Yes.
the United States as an example for this.
I-
If you're
yes.
waiting at the bus or the train, or
Yeah.
you're waiting at the coffee shop for your coffee, you're at Starbucks, you're waiting for your grande latte, whatever. Okay, and a guy approaches you and he says, "Hey, listen, I like your shirt," or "That's a great coffee that you ordered. I ordered the same thing," etc., etc. Would you entertain the conversation with him? Is it weird?
It never happened in the United States for me, so I don't know what would be my reaction. But like here in Israel, yeah, like you talk, like you see what the person's about, and if it looks like a decent person, then maybe. Yeah, in Brazil.
If
never.
it looks like a decent person.
Yeah. Like I would.
Which
Okay, first of all,
does that mean if
I would
he's hot?
never. No.
Is that what it means?
Like, I would
If
never
he's
go.
hot?
I would never go on a date like, oh, do you want to go to my house? Like never. So like if it's like you go to a public place and then you meet. But it's true. Like you go to a public place and then you meet, you talk, you like
Right.
you interact with the person. If the person seems decent, then like sure, like you keep dating the person, you keep going on dates. Like I would never
Mm-hmm.
go like in a place where the guy can, I don't know, do something to me. Like you go in public places.
Before I came here, the first date I went on, the guy asked me like, "Hey, we can go to a cafe near me." Da 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 da. And I wasn't living in Tel Aviv. I was living
What
in
guy? When you say the guy, what guy?
One,
guy?
Like,
Just-
just a guy.
A guy.
A guy.
Speak to the mic.
A guy. Like he's my friend now, so I don't want to say his name, but he's my friend. But
Hold on, what's his name?
You met him on an app or you met
So-
him in
I
real
met him on
life?
Hinge.
Wait, this guy
Okay.
turned into a friend.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
He was like, I was in a relationship-ish
Okay.
with him, situationship,
Situation.
And
Again with
then-
these terms.
and we became friends. We spent months apart, and then we became friends, and he's a good friend of mine now. But he asked me to come near his house, not to his house, but near his house.
Okay.
And immediately I was like, absolutely not. That's skeevy. It just skeeved me out. 'cause I would
Hold on,
never
but you
do
guys
that.
are friends.
No, this is
Now.
before.
Now.
No, this was
Oh,
before the friendship.
Okay, you're saying
Before I
before.
met
Okay, you
him,
said
before
before.
I
Okay,
met
gotcha.
him.
Before.
And I was like, absolutely not. You could kill me. And he's like, he's like laughing. He's like, that doesn't happen here. That doesn't happen here. And I'm like, haven't you seen what's that show on Netflix about the Israeli guy that tricked everyone?
The Tinder
Swindler.
Yeah, I'm like, that could be you.
The Tinder swindler.
And
The Tinder swindler.
so whatever, we met at the beach instead, and it was fine. He's like, it's so funny. Like all the American girls I ever meet are so scared to meet, like unless it's like in a very public space in the daytime, and because I would never ever meet someone at night near their apartment, like in New York. I would never do that or get picked up by
At
them.
night, like at a bar? It's
And
not okay?
no. Like I
Oh,
mean, like
just
in like a
public
smaller, like
place.
less
Okay.
crowded place. Like I would only meet in like a
So
really
context
populated.
matters. Like public places matter because technically
Safe.
there's other
Mhm.
people there
Public
and it's
places
safer.
during the
Wait,
day.
I want to ask a question because you
Yeah.
guys both, I think, three people said a similar thing, that they view Israel as a more intimate, safe place. They see an Israeli, automatic good intentions. He's not going to kill me. There's a certain safety that doesn't necessarily exist in other countries.
Yeah.
I'm curious if an Israeli girl would agree with that. Ziv?
I think yes.
That this is a universal thing, that Israel is, you're not going to get murdered
I
in
feel like
Israel.
it's a small.
We got a yes from Ziv,
Yeah.
producer
No, I
Ziv.
think like from my experience that dating with the girls outside of Israel, they all the time like more afraid. Like, who are you? I don't know you. Israeli girls, she hear you, and then she can come to your home like straight away because she knows that. Who are you?
Steve, come to the mic. Come to the mic. Come
And
to the
then
mic.
who are you?
Come to the
Like,
mic. Come
yeah,
come
to the
come
mic.
come
Ziv,
here.
no
Say
one's
exactly
hearing
what
your
you're-
answers.
Bring your chair up next to Ronit.
Yeah.
Bring your chair up next to Ronit. Bring your chair. Bring
Wait,
your
just
chair up.
answer this
Just 2
question.
seconds. Just 2 seconds. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say.
Okay, I can
Okay.
say it.
You have great English. You don't need to be embarrassed. It's all good.
Okay, so what I've said, that I think, like from my experience, that Israeli girls, they are like, they know who are you. They know who are you. They can hear your sound. Israel is a small place, and they can feel safe. They know. Outside of Israel, it works differently. The girls, even if you are Israeli, you are not like Colombian, Brazilian, none of them. They will think that I don't know him. I don't know. It's a dangerous place, even if you are not from there. It's a dangerous place. Because of that, I think that there is a great bonus being a man dating in Israel. That's my answer.
Being a man dating in Israel.
Does that only go for Israelis or also American men?
This one I cannot answer.
I don't know.
It's just the
I'm
Israelis.
not American.
Yeah?
It's just the Israelis.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because they don't know the Americans, you understand? She hear my sound, she thinks she knows me.
Yeah.
When you speak, she said, who is it? What he wants.
So there's a sense of safety, or there's like a veneer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay.
Into
Kind
the
of
mic.
what he said, like in Brazil, like I grew up in the Jewish community in Brazil, like in
Mhm.
São Paulo.
Yeah.
And like if it's someone from the Jewish community, like I know I'm safe. Like it's not specifically the Jewish community. Like Jewish community,
Right.
like if you have someone in common, like it's fine. It's just like it wouldn't be a random person. Here's just like
Yeah.
really random person.
Yeah, I
I
definitely
wouldn't
think
trust it as well.
the Jewish thing adds like a veneer of safety or like security
because
because you understand that like the person that you're meeting, you might know his family, you might know somebody else that he knows.
Exactly.
There's like this
Especially
interconnectivity
not
between
in
everybody.
Israel, like I feel like in
Right.
Mexico, I'm gonna guess as well. Like, if the person is Jewish, like you're gonna know. Like, if you start following the person and the person has no one in common, like get out. Like the person is not Jewish. Like something is very sketchy. Like usually you're gonna have like at least like 15 people in common. Like at least if the person
Right.
is Jewish.
Gotcha. So next question, what about the actual date itself? Does the date ever actually really matter? Or is it really more about the person? Or does it actually matter what he proposes? Is it the offer or is it the person?
I think it depends.
So
It depends on
what's
how
a
much you
good
like the
date?
guy.
Also,
What's a good date?
what
No,
is
it
a good
depends
date?
on How much do you like?
How much
No,
you
what's
want
the
to
ideal date?
Yeah,
Okay,
where
so
do
it
you
depends,
wanna
I
be
guess, on
taken?
how you meet the guy. So you only meet people organically because you don't have dating apps, right?
I have one.
Right. Oh, you have
Hinge,
the one-
Hinge,
So you
Hinge.
meet a guy on Hinge.
Yeah.
You meet a guy on Hinge, decently attractive, some decent banter that goes back and forth on text. You move over to WhatsApp or whatever it is, and he says, now he says whatever he says, which is his offer, right? Now he could say any number of things. He could say dinner. He could say drinks. He could say come to my place, right? Is there? What do you mean by it depends on the person?
It depends where you meet. Like, for example, on dating apps, if I'm going out on a date with a guy from a
Mhm.
dating app, I never do dinner. Like, I don't want to be stuck in a 3-hour situation.
You would
I
never
wanna
do
be
dinner.
able to get out of there if I'm not having a good time.
Hold on, but if you go to dinner, that means he's spending more money on you.
I don't care.
Does that matter?
I don't care. I don't want to be uncomfortable for 3 hours.
You don't want to be uncomfortable for 3 hours. Is it because the setting is too formal?
No, because it takes a
You're
long
stuck.
time to get dinner.
Like a bar can take like either 20 minutes or
Right.
20 hours. Like
Right.
there's no
And
in
you could just
between.
bounce, and you could just bounce whenever you want.
I
Yeah.
have to go, like, you
Right.
drink your drink and then you're out.
Germany, what do you think about dating apps?
But yeah.
About dates specifically, like dinner dates.
So not dating apps.
No,
right?
dinner dates.
So for me, like the dinner date, it doesn't have to be like something big. You can just like go for a walk. It's more like the vibe between like you two is like more important to me, like how the person is, not like how the date is staged. If you
All right, I
like
want to
that.
ask you a question. You're from the United States,
Mhm.
right? So your context is mainly that of a single man who's in the United States, who's kind of in the dating market, etc. And I guess meeting people also on dating apps, because you also have dating apps. When you're talking to a girl or whatever it is, and you're proposing to meet, do you have a default like type of thing that you propose? Do you offer? Do you usually go with girls to dinner, or do you usually go to bars? Have you found an issue just proposing like let's go get a drink? Have you found that certain girls have like a certain standard and they say no, I want to go to dinner. If you're actually serious, take me to dinner.
I don't think I've ever taken someone for dinner on a first
Okay.
date.
Okay.
That would be very weird in New York.
Do you think it'd be weird?
Completely. Basics, just get a drink. If they mention that they love a certain activity, maybe you could be like, let's do this activity together, but it's really just a drink is default.
A drink is the default.
Absolutely.
Okay. What about how is it in LA?
So in LA, listen, there's a lot of bars in restaurants. There's a lot of bars that are separate from restaurants. I feel like it depends on your age, but also like what Ari's saying. I've never done dinner on a first date. I think it's a little formal. It's not really my type of thing. I would prefer a drink, then maybe dinner later, maybe second or third date, depends what it is, or an activity. Exactly, yeah. Wouldn't really do dinner on a first date. I think it's not really my thing. It's not the most popular thing in LA. Yeah.
It's not
what
the
about
most
you?
It's not the most popular
Yeah,
thing. in
what
LA.
about you?
I also agree. I think that it's almost too formal.
Yeah.
If it's too formal, like you're sitting down, like you almost like if you're going for dinner, it could be a swanky place. It could be like fine dining. It doesn't even matter. Like there's like this like we're sitting down across from each other. It's very, very formal. It's not as casual, and I think that especially because you're strangers, you want to break the ice as quickly as possible and like understand who the person is in front of you.
Dinner is fine if you already know the person.
Yeah,
Like,
If you already know the person, yeah.
Or if you
Yeah.
met them,
Right.
like, at a certain
Yeah.
situation, then,
Yeah, no, specifically I was like talking about first dates. But okay, gotcha.
No, but
Like even first
for example,
dates, it's
yeah.
like if it's a friend or like friend of a like someone
Right.
that you know, like you met
think-
before, it's fine.
I think it's also like you can do it on a first date, but first you go to a bar, you have a drink with each other. If you vibe, then you go eat.
Yeah.
Then
Exactly.
you go eat. Like I like that's my favorite kind of first date.
It's
like
just
you
going to
meet
go to a bar.
somewhere. You go to like a bar where like you go sit on the beach together and like talk.
The mic.
Sorry.
Can't hear you.
You go to a bar or you go to the beach or something. You meet for like an hour, and then if you like each other, you keep going with the date. Like I love a first date that lasts hours.
Well, I
course.
actually don't.
Really?
I
Oh, I
cut all
love
of
it.
my first dates to 2 hours. Like,
Really?
Even if
You have a limit? You have a limit, really?
What?
Like even if it's going super well, I cut them like at 2 hours.
Why is
What?
that?
If even if it's going
Wow.
well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you have so it's like timer. 9 o'clock.
Yeah, like
11 o'clock is
I'm
like the
done.
timer is like, okay, I've been here with him for 2
Yeah.
hours. What is the reason that you cut it off at 2 hours? If you are you just not? What if you're enamored by his presence? What if you're like completely just like engrossed in the moment and loving everything? Why would you cut it off at 2 hours?
because you want to leave the date at a high, especially if you're like having such a good time. You know, you don't want to drag it out.
You don't want the fun to continue, Ronnie?
No, you don't want to like drag it out. You know.
Does
Because, like,
anybody
some-
do any of the women agree with her?
No.
No.
You don't have a cap. Nobody else has a
Nobody
cap.
agrees with her.
My
This is
friends
my
think
first
I'm
time hearing
insane,
this.
yeah.
This is my first time
Well,
hearing
why do
this.
They
you
think that I'm crazy.
why do you have this rule? Did something do you have a certain instance that you were like, I need to have this rule?
No, because I think that it's better to leave like, especially a good date, like on a high. You know, you're just like, hey, like I'm sorry, like I have to go. Whatever, you make up an excuse just to get out of
But
there.
what about the idea that like if it's going so well, I'm just
Yeah,
throwing
yeah.
this out there. I'm on a date with you. I'm a guy. It's going well. We've been together for 2 hours. We're getting to know each other, and all of a sudden you tell me you have to go, and I'm like, is she interested? Is she not interested?
No, you
What's
send a
going on
message,
here?
You're like, oh, hey, I had really the best time. I'm so sorry that I have to get up early, but I would love to see you again.
Interesting.
There you have zero doubt.
Interesting.
No, there's doubt still, but that's a good
But-
thing.
No, but
there is still doubt though. There is
You like
still
to
doubt.
keep them guessing.
Yeah, it's like it's a game. It's a game in the beginning.
You know, I
course.
love to play games. You know.
Oh, we know.
Why
We
do
know,
women
Ronnie,
like-
we
why
know.
do women like to
Ronnie,
play games?
Ronnie, we know.
So you said you disagree with her, right? You said like
Yeah.
you don't
Like,
don't
if
agree
it's
in this whole like
going
2 hour
well,
limit thing.
Keep talking, keep hanging out.
Keep talking,
Like
keep hanging.
eventually you're gonna have to leave either way, but like
Right.
see how it goes.
Or not. You could also
I-
just never leave.
I really like this. Though.
So
I'm
just never
stealing
leave.
this. I'm stealing this.
It's really
Why,
good.
why do you
Yeah,
think that's
it's
a
not
good
a bad
move?
idea though.
Because she's right. Like there is a moment where you're like, okay, we're done, and it kind of gets a little weird sometimes. Not always. Not
No,
always.
not always. Yeah.
But not always. But sometimes you're like, okay, it's kind of got a little weird, and we're sick of each other now. So
Well, doesn't that mean that you probably shouldn't go on a second date?
Exactly.
No.
Like you
No.
see how much you can handle
no,
the person.
No.
no, you
No,
don't
no,
want
that doesn't
You
mean
don't
that.
Exhaust the situation.
I also don't think that means that. I think with anyone, like, haven't you ever hung out with like your best friend in the world for hours on end? And be like, I'm sick of you right now.
Like no, like my best friend. No, I can hang out.
Are you
like,
serious? I
no,
get sick.
I'm
I,
serious.
I get sick of my
No.
friends.
I
Immediately,
can
like,
stay
almost,
like
for 4
weeks
hours.
with
I'm
them.
done.
Really?
No.
Me, like for me,
I
no.
think maybe-
Do dates get stale at a certain point?
At
Do you
some point,
find
there's like, what other questions can you ask?
Every situation gets stale.
Wait, Ronnie, let me ask you a question. How would you like at this 2 hour mark? Do you have a timer set? Are you like I have to go home right now? What's the point where you're like,
No,
how do you
not
tell him I
exactly.
have to leave? Like I have a time limit? What do you
Depends,
tell him?
Depends on the situation, but it's not exactly like 2 hours. I don't know if it's like 2 hours and a half. That's fine. But I'm not gonna drag the date until it's over. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish the date when I want to finish.
What if
the
it
date.
feels unnatural to just
No,
you guys are in the middle?
can't.
You guys are in the middle of a high. You're in the middle of an amazing moment.
But
you're ready
you're
to
sharing
leave.
like
No,
you're
If
he's
you're having
proposing.
the
a-
best time, you're not gonna cut it. You just need to like feel the vibe.
It's not. Yeah, it's not so strict. She doesn't mean it's so
Yeah.
strict. It's not so. Like, it's not so literal.
She just mean literally
Sounded
cut it.
pretty literal.
Okay.
Well, it sounded like she had a timer on her
Sounded
phone.
like you had a
honestly.
Oh
timer.
my god, that's
She
the
might-
problem with you guys. Every time we talk to you, you guys take like everything so literal.
Literal.
Or whatever.
I mean, listen. I just want to. I want to make sure that I understand correctly. That's it. I just want to make sure I know what I'm hearing.
I
No,
think it's
but-
also a good
yeah.
idea for first dates, because sometimes first dates go horribly, to have a plan after. To be like, okay, this is my out. I have planned for something after. I do that sometimes too, but then I end up
What do you mean?
canceling the
What do you mean?
plan.
What do you mean?
But
If
that's
it's a
What
good
do you mean?
okay, but that's fine. Like you have a place to go after.
You have a place to go after,
It might-
meaning
it
like an
might-
excuse to leave.
Yeah, like I'm meeting my friends at 10 or at 10.
Yeah.
Like,
So
And
you'll
you-
say
and
that
you-
going
you-
in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you let
yeah.
them know from the beginning.
and also if it's good,
That's
you
so
take them
rude.
with you. That's
That
it.
is so rude.
Take
Imagine
them
you
with
go to a
you.
date and someone's
No,
like, I have
it's
to
not.
leave.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's
Ari, why is
What,
it
I'm
rude?
meeting you at 7 p.m.
Because you're
Yeah.
cutting the night short. You're
I've
cutting the
I've
night.
I've heard this from women before.
Yeah.
These hard
I'm a
caps.
busy
It's
person.
it's
like I don't
yeah.
If you want to be with me, you got to schedule time. That's
I
it.
agree, I
Also,
agree.
have to set the boundary with
Yeah.
men here because the
Yeah.
timing.
But at the same time, like,
I'm not
what
talking
if there's like a plan after? What if there's some shit going down
You
after,
cancel.
and you have like this hard cap set, and it's like, what if there was like some crazy vibe after, and this guy is like, there's this cap set, you're having a vibe, and then this guy wants there's something else or some other activity planned, and then it's like, yo, I have to go. It's like cutting the vibe. You know what I mean?
There's always a next time. You act like there's no.
There
other time in
is,
the
there
world.
is, there is,
And
but
sometimes
like,
cutting the vibe is important because you need to.
You need to miss each other.
Yeah, you need to miss each other, but you know how many, like, I speak to a lot of, guys and girls, and I'll talk about specifically, like, some of the people that I speak to. You know how many people tell me specifically, like, the first date, even if it's going amazing or whatever it is, never ends up leading to a second date? A lot of the times. A lot of the times, yes. I think especially if you cut it short, or like you almost like, you cut it too quickly, especially when it's on a high. It's almost like it's going against like the natural flow of how things should be going, and you just suddenly decide to kind of like cut it quickly. You don't think that like it just affects the overall dynamic between you two?
I always think a first date goes amazing. Always. It's second dates are the issue. Like
What's the issue with second
wow,
dates?
what an
I
interesting
don't think so. I
perspective,
think
right
first
here.
dates
What do you mean?
sometimes are
What
horrible.
is
No,
the issue with second
I
dates?
I have never ever had a bad first date in my life.
Wow.
And that's
Wow.
only because like
Wow.
you go into it.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
you
Heard that
go
before.
you go into it being like,
In
I
the-
can be whoever I want, I don't care. And then if you like someone the next time you go, immediately you're a little bit more shy. Immediately.
Yeah.
Like you're both a
You're
little bit
more
more
never
shy.
had
shy because you
conversation
like the
doesn't
person?
flow?
Yeah.
I'm not understanding this.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you don't owe someone
You've
something in
never
the beginning.
been-
I feel like you would be more comfortable, no?
Nope.
'Cause-
No, like for example, first dates, they're so fun. Why? Because you're literally discovering a whole new person and a whole new world. So the conversation is endless. You can talk about so many
Anything.
things, right?
You guys never went out on a date that the guy was boring.
Yeah, but
And,
still,
like-
there's
Yeah, but
so
I
Boring.
don't. Wait, wait,
No,
wait.
but like they were
Annoying,
like
the conversation
wait,
doesn't flow.
Wait, that's not the reason a first date is good. The first date is good because you're like, even if the guy is boring, you're like, I'm so interesting and he's so interested in me.
Yeah.
And you're like falling in love
No,
with
but,
that.
like, the guy's like, I could never go on a second date. Like
Then
it
he
happened.
might
Like
not.
the guy's like, oh my god, I could never go on a second date with this guy. Like he's so boring. He's so weird. Like I don't know.
That's
personally,
that's
I've
what
never
I
done
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
That's
Like
what I-
like you like I get it if it on the first date it's like whack, there's no vibe, but on the second date for it to be more weird, it's like a very interesting
No,
perspective.
I think when a first date, this is why I actually think I'm gonna steal what you do because when a first date's amazing, you want the second date to top
Ari,
it.
can you help her with the,
You want
the,
the
mic
first-
over here?
Date to top it. The second date to top it. Sorry.
So you think
And it
it's
doesn't-
you think it's a matter of like the first date almost like exceeding your expectations, bringing it up here, and you having such an amazing time, and then suddenly like any potential second date, technical difficulties. We're gonna edit it.
We have a
technical
guy, we have a
difficulties.
guy.
Ah, yeah.
We have a guy.
Oh wow.
Wow. It's
Russian guy.
Oh nice.
high tech.
Professional.
High tech, baby, high tech.
Startup Nation.
So is it that what the expectations were just like exceeded so much on the first date that like the second date never compared? What do you mean? I'm trying to understand exactly.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I had the most wonderful first date with someone like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Like we went not to dinner, but we had like an appetizer and drinks, and then we were having such a good time together. Went to the beach, had more wine. Like, just was a great first date.
Okay.
Amazing first date. And the second date wasn't bad, but like it was so good because we were just like interested in each other.
What was the second date? What did you guys specifically do?
We went to watch sunset by his like house.
Okay. Was that a problem?
No, it was
So-
nice. It was nice, but like when you have a really amazing first date, it almost like it just sets expectations really high
For the
for the
second
next
date.
one. Yeah.
So you're saying so you watched the sunset together and it was underwhelming?
No, but like it just wasn't like exciting anymore.
But the person is exciting. Does the actual so
Maybe
it-
he
so-
wasn't exciting. That's the issue.
So I'm trying to
Maybe
understand.
he
really,
wasn't-
does
yeah.
it really? Does
Maybe it
the
was
date
me, maybe
matter
it
or
was
does the
him.
person matter? Because if you're
I think
interested in the
both.
person, anything could be. You guys could do anything. I'm of the mind personally that we could even just sit down in an empty room and we can create entertainment between us. We can create fun. We
Yeah.
can create a vibe. We can have fun between with one another, and we can have a good time. And we don't need props or a place or whatever it is to entertain us. We are the entertainment. I'm interested in you. You're interested in me. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, if we have the aid of like a cool place or nice music or whatever it is, nice. Like that's a plus. But I wouldn't necessarily say that like that needs to be almost like the key thing for us to be interested in one another. If you're interested in the person, you're interested in the person regardless of where you are. That's my thought. Do you disagree?
No, I completely agree. But I think I don't mean that the place or anything that we did
Right.
set the tone. I think that the date was like long. Like it was 8 to 1 a.m. That's a long date.
That's a good date.
That's a great date. That's a great date. And
According to Ronit, anything past 2
terrible
hours.
no,
date.
no, no, no.
That's
no,
past
no.
Ronit's limit.
Way too long.
But this is what I mean. Like you can really like if you try hard enough, and if you're just one-on-one with someone, you can discover who someone is in 5 hours.
For
Like
sure.
that's it. So
I
for
agree
the
with
next
that.
for
I
the
definitely
next
agree.
for the next time, you have no like questions. You found out.
Sure, so that,
Everything.
but then
Listen,
it's
I
like
think
we have,
second date you got to do something a little more interesting.
So maybe that was
You gotta go to
that
the
was
show,
the
you
mistake.
gotta do
That was the
something.
you think
mistake.
that, Ari?
I
This is
know
what you
so.
think?
I agree. I agree. You got to change it up. You got to
you have
change
to
it
have
up.
shared
It's like first date
experience.
here,
Yes.
second date has to
Oh,
be
we
here.
both mentioned we like dancing. We're gonna
Yeah.
go dancing.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you almost have
exactly.
to embarrass yourself a little bit in
Yeah.
front of the other person to gain trust.
Yeah.
Cause like the first date, you're putting on an act. Even if you say you're not, you're putting on
Right,
an
right.
act.
I feel like everybody's lying like on the
Everyone's
first
lying
day.
a little
like-
bit.
I don't know if you're lying. I don't know.
I
I feel like a lot of people are
Mitch,
lying.
what, Mitch,
You
what are you
sugarcoat.
lying
You
about?
sugarcoat.
Mitch, what are you lying about?
I feel like
bro?
a lot of people
What are you
are lying.
lying about, my man?
Yeah.
No, I feel like a lot of people are lying all the time.
Like lying or like sugarcoating?
Just
Sugarcoating, I think.
yeah, both.
Yeah,
both,
listen,
both.
everybody
lying?
sugarcoats a little bit and all of that stuff, and everybody like tends to highlight the things that are good about them, and that's completely fine. But what is Mitch lying about?
Yeah, come on.
That's the real question.
What is Mitch not lying about?
Even better question.
Wait, I want to ask a question. So in New
Yeah.
York, I think New York's a very formal city.
Okay.
Everything's about money. It's
Yeah.
very money forward,
Yes.
formal place. So, but Israel is completely not that way. And there seems to be another type of date that is pretty popular here, which is like, hey, let's get a bottle of wine, go to the beach.
100%.
Go to the park.
I don't know.
Wait,
this-
Doesn't exist in New York.
I
We have a
don't know
professional
this-
wine
We have a
and
professional.
Wine and park right here. Wine and park.
So, do you guys like that? Would
Never
you?
heard
wait,
about.
stop,
Never
guys.
heard about.
We actually have a great story about this situation. I think I took Aiden on his first like wine and beach date.
Whoa.
Cats out of the
Whoa.
bag. Cats
What's
out of the
going
bag.
on?
Cats out of the bag. Ronit was like, "Hey, Eden, do you want to grab a bottle of wine?" She like, "Do you have your wallet on you? Do you want to grab a bottle of wine and go to the beach?" I was like, "Oh, this is what people do here in Israel. Interesting, nice. Let's do it. Let's check it out. Show me how it's done. Show me how it's done." But yes, so wine and
You're
beach.
welcome.
Yes.
Do you guys
Thank
like
you.
this? Would you rather a bar? Does it seem like?
No, I love
wow,
I
he's
love a
not
beach
spending
wine
any
date.
money, or-
Really?
Wine and
You
beach.
love a beach wine
You
date.
like
I love it.
No, I think it's
What do you think?
Why do you
Brazil?
like it?
Brazil.
What's
I
good
love
about
it.
It's chill. It's
You
like
love it.
it's just chill. It's fun. You go in the water. It's romantic. Honestly.
Better than
So-
a bar.
For sure.
Hold on. What do
Yeah,
you mean
you
you go in
hear
the
each
water?
other.
You go in the water.
Yeah, if it's hot enough,
I
you go in the
thought
water
that
together.
wine and
You
beach.
go in the water.
Wait,
No,
you
you just
actually
wine on the
went?
beach
You
is
go
more
on the
like,
beach, like on
let's watch
sand.
You guys
Sunset.
don't go swimming.
No.
What?
Because I'm getting wine at the beach at like 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's usually like sunset.
Wait, you want
like
wine,
8,
beach,
9
and
PM?
swimming?
Wait, what?
Guys, you don't do that.
What?
Guys,
What?
we just discovered something. We
Wine,
discovered
beach,
it.
and
Okay.
swimming. Zeev, take notes right here.
Zeev.
Wait,
Wine,
wait,
beach,
wait,
and
If you don't
swimming.
take your girl swimming, Ziv. If you don't
Ziv,
take the
she
girl
doesn't
swimming,
want it.
You're
Romantic.
it's child's play.
With clothes or without?
Depends how well it's going.
No. Okay, when I say it, like
See,
we
you have
go to
to
the
try
beach.
it.
We go to the beach a little earlier, like maybe 5. It's so warm.
Okay.
You drink
Sun's
a
still
little.
out.
You drink a little bit. Whatever, get a little like tipsy, and then you go in the water when the sun's setting. It's really romantic, honestly.
But hold on, I just want to understand. As Ziv asked, clothes on or clothes off?
You're with your bathing
What's
suit.
the-
You're at Gordon Beach. Everyone's around you. You
Okay,
can't be
okay.
naked.
No, see,
But if you want to
See,
go
it's
naked,
Tel
go to
Aviv, bro.
Tanya.
Depends the hour, depends the hour.
See,
Go to
it's
Tanya
still-
if you want to do
prefer
New
doing
Beach.
mine like late at night when there's no one.
When there's
No.
no one there. When there's
Then everything is possible.
Then maybe. Then maybe.
So Z
We're getting the
likes-
Israeli
Z likes
perspective right
endless
here.
Possibilities.
We're getting
Z
the
likes
Israeli-
all of the possibilities open.
I think like a beach one day just leads to possibilities too.
Ooh.
Like you're just like getting to know each other and like it's like intimate. Even
But
though
what
the
if you're
people
there?
around
What if you're
you-
there for 2 hours already? What do you do?
You
What does
leave.
Ronit do?
You go home, bro.
Ronit leaves.
Ronit's go.
Ronit just
I'm
leaves.
sorry, I need to go shower.
No. Yeah, you go home. I'm gonna go shower. Maybe we'll meet later. I'm going here.
Wait, would
With
you
my
go
friends.
wine, beach, swimming on the first day?
Yeah, I've done that.
You've done that, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
professional. The professional.
I don't know, maybe
up here.
second, maybe.
That's the guy I was talking about before. The
Okay.
one that I won't mention. He's my friend now, but it
Okay.
was a nice date.
Why is he your friend?
So what? Yeah, what
Why
went
is he
wrong?
just
Yeah,
your
what's
friend?
up with this?
Why is he just
Why
your
is he
friend?
your friend?
There's
Germany?
some-
Is he
Why
trying
do
to be
you-
your friend?
I just want to know your perspective. Why do you
Yeah,
think
he's trying to be
that
my
he's
friend.
just a
Okay.
friend?
Just it
Into
didn't
the mic,
work-
please.
It didn't work out like as like significant others, like lovers, and you vibe, but like yeah, you as
Exactly.
friends, and
I feel like
that's
this is a
it.
very Israeli thing. I don't know if that happened in
But
America. Am I
so
correct?
they
You think that's
vibed as
true?
friends. That's completely fine. They vibed as friends, but I'm assuming if they met once upon a time, both parties were potentially interested. Maybe one party dropped off the level of interest. One party remained with that same level of interest, meaning the dude was still interested, right?
No, it's not.
I'm assuming the guy is still interested. Is he
No.
not?
Mm-mm.
How do you know?
You don't think he's not? You don't
We've
think
talked
he's interested?
about it.
He said, "I'm not interested."
We've talked about it.
What do you mean you've talked about it?
We've talked about it.
No, you talked to him and you said, "I'm not interested," or
No,
you said, "Hey,
it's
I like you as a
actually-
friend."
No.
If he told you, "I want to take you out on a date and I want to like get to know you
He knows me.
more," if he tells you, "I'm interested in you romantically, I'm romantically in love with you,"
He wouldn't. That's the thing.
But if he said it,
But if
would
he
you,
did.
would you go for it?
I don't want him to listen. Maybe.
I don't even know if this thing's gonna get aired. So
Yeah, who
go
knows?
for it.
Honestly, I would.
you'd go for it.
you still have feelings.
It's the opposite of what you were saying. Like I would be into it. He's not.
How did, he said he's not.
But you're a chick. You're,
He doesn't
you're,
have.
you're,
You're
you're an
available.
attractive young
Yeah.
female, single female.
I'm seeing other people. It makes him uncomfortable.
It makes them uncomfortable, sure, but you're seeing other people, and then there's like slots where you're not, right? You're single. It's like, okay, I go on a date here, I
I
go on a
wouldn't
date
see
here,
other people.
I go on
I
a date
wouldn't see
here,
other
but in the
people.
interim, you're not seeing anyone, and there's a specific night or time where you're not, and you're available, and so is he. You think he's not interested?
We went on a date like a month ago, and like we just decided that it's not a good idea. And for a
That
multitude
was
of
you
reasons.
or
Did you
decided, or
kiss?
he
Did you
decided?
kiss? Did you kiss?
Yes. But
Was it a bad kiss?
no, it was nice. It just like we hadn't seen each other for a couple months, like romantically like that. And I don't know. I think we have a good friendship, and it's like really scary to ruin that again because like we didn't talk for months.
By a show of hands here, can men and women be friends?
I don't know.
I don't think
By a
so.
show of friends.
I don't know.
By a show of hands.
If you've been romantic
so
before,
just keep
I
the
don't
hands
think
up.
so.
Whoever thinks yes, keep the hands up.
Honestly, my
But
best friend.
there is an explanation.
I think
So I just want to
sometimes.
understand. So men can be friends with women,
Yes.
right? I'm sorry, single.
Um,
I'm talking single. I'm
men.
not talking like couples and all that.
Women-
Single.
Women
Men
can
can't
be,
be
but
friends with women.
not.
I feel
Okay,
like
no, no, no.
honestly, I don't
It's
agree.
hands up first. It's hands up first. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Everyone.
5, 6 here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mitch?
Mitch,
He doesn't
Alright.
think. Yeah.
what's your take on?
Okay, okay. Look, if I attracted to a girl, no fucking way she can be my friend. No fucking way. There is no option. None. Zero. If I think she looks like, let's say, like 4 and menos, 5 menos, 4 menos.
What does that? What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's another discussion.
What does
It's
that
another
mean?
discussion.
What is this,
If
like a
I'm not
scale?
attracted to her like at all, it's possible. And she interesting me, of course, and we are like a good like friend match, something like that. It's possible.
Do you have any female friends?
No.
I don't
He likes
either.
everyone.
No,
That's
no,
why
no.
he likes everyone.
No.
Oh my god. So But everybody here does think that men and women can be friends.
I think it's 100% possible.
No,
It's possible.
100. Like I have two
What if the
best
guy's
friends
attractive?
that
What
they're
if he
like
likes you?
they don't.
You know
They
that for sure?
because I know that. Like I know I
Let's
just
say
know.
you just came to them and said, hey.
Because I have friends that I know that, like, if I try something, they would be up for it. But I have, like, friends that I know that if I try something, they wouldn't.
How do you know for sure?
I just, like, I know. Like, I know them. Like, they have been my best friends for years. Like, you just know. I don't know.
I saw her male best friend, and he
he's
doesn't have any bad
amazing.
intentions.
Like, he wouldn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Bad intentions? Is
No,
that bad?
doesn't.
Doesn't have any
Why
bad
is that bad?
intentions. Doesn't mean he doesn't have any romantic
Yeah, like
intentions
yeah,
or
exactly.
sexual
like,
intentions.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know.
He's just a genuine
some
person.
guys.
Like, he's
Is he
just
gay?
No, he's not
No.
gay.
Have you ever done anything with him before?
No.
Okay, so I think that's the only way that men and women can be friends. If you've done stuff before,
I agree.
I
agree.
cannot.
I agree.
But I think, like,
No, I agree, I
I
agree.
could never, like, he could never, and I could never do something with him. Like, he's just a genuine person. Like,
Like a brother.
We've been best friends since, like, school. Like, we
But
met
is
when
there
we were
no
young.
subdued tension between you guys that just
Nothing.
remains there
Zero.
always?
Zero.
I promise you, it's
Would you-
there on
would
his
you
end.
get in dressed
I
in front
promise
of
you,
him?
it's there on
I
his
know
side.
him, like, honestly, he's been my best friend since, like, we were kids. Like, I know him, like, I talk to him every day. He's just a genuine person. We talk about boys. He talks about girls. Like, he's just a genuine person.
Would you get dressed in front of him?
No, because I feel like I wouldn't do that even if he was gay. Like, I don't do that in front of men in general. Like, I don't
Well, you
care
would do it
if
in front of
their
your friend
sexuality.
who was a girl.
Yeah, because she's a girl. Like, she has the same,
Same
like,
parts.
anatomy. Like,
You guys are friends.
like I feel
What's
like
the big
some
deal?
people be like, oh no, if the guy is gay, it's fine. Like, for me, it's not. Like, I don't get dressed in front of men in general. Period.
But he's just your friend. What's the difference?
It's
Because
different.
I don't feel comfortable. Like, it's the same thing. Like, if the guy is gay, like, I know is not attracted to me at all. I would never do that either way.
Would you get changed in front of a woman?
If
I mean, no. Yes, because I don't care.
No way I will do that. No way.
Why not, Zid? Why not? Why not?
not?
Why not? You wouldn't get
No, man. No, look, like 100% yes. Why not?
If
like,
you guys,
why not?
why not? Like,
if you guys are you're hanging out at the pool and you're like, okay, let's go to dinner together. I have my clothes upstairs. I need to go upstairs real quick. Change. She's upstairs with you. It's a studio apartment.
mhm.
It's a studio apartment. Your
Got you.
clothes are there. Everything's open. Okay.
Look,
Would you go to the bathroom and change, or would you change in front of her openly?
I would like to change like in front of her, but it depends on the vibes. It depends on the vibes.
Depends on the
It's like really depends. It's not like a 100% answer. It's like depends.
Yeah, personally, like, I think changing in front of a guy friend that's just friends is like changing in front of your brother, and I still wouldn't change in front of my brother.
100%.
You know, it's just different. If I would change in front of my sister, it's just different. It's
No,
different.
100%. No. There's that
I
element
guess
of
there's
privacy that gets
yeah,
breached.
it's
For sure.
to the privacy.
For sure.
And it's like the same
100%.
thing with like so many people. Like, I have gay friends, even though like I would never dress in front of them. It's the same, like,
Yeah.
he's a guy.
No,
like,
it's like an invasion of privacy. It's like my body is
he's a
still
guy. He
private,
doesn't have the same
and I want
anatomy.
to
Like,
remain at
with
that. Yeah.
girls, like, I would dress in front of like a girl who's like
Okay.
lesbian. Like, I don't care. Like,
Right.
gay. Like, I don't care. She's like she's a girl. I wouldn't dress in front of a guy. Period.
Yeah, it's just parts to girls.
Exactly. It's just I don't feel comfortable in general. Yeah.
What do you think, Germany?
I agree with the girls. Like,
You agree with the girls?
Yeah. There's nothing else to say, I guess. Like,
You agree? I thought that in Germany everything's very open.
really?
I don't know. I never been to Germany.
Not really. Like, I have a friend, not in my perspective, like, not me, but she's gay, and her best friend is also gay, and there's like a higher like possibility that they might be attracted to each other, but they're just best friends. And they also, it's like a group, and they also have a guy friend, and he's gay, but she would rather like change in front of the gay girl than her like gay male friend, if that makes sense, like what I just said. So it's just a thing, like what they just explained with the brother, like he's a guy.
Right.
The
No,
anatomy,
it's like a breach of privacy. There's like
like,
there's something that gets like exposed that doesn't necessarily need to get exposed.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I hear you. Ari, that's news to you though, right?
What?
It's like it's interesting to you.
No, well, I'm seeing now that the barometer of who's friends and not is changing it from someone seems to be a different level of privacy. It doesn't really.
No,
dictate
100%.
whether it's platonic or
100%.
not. I think that's
100%. Yeah. So friends between men and women. I don't know.
I think
It's
that's
a tough one.
whole other conversation.
No, this is like, of course, this is an age-old
No,
conversation.
but
Absolutely.
let's take an example. Like you and Ronit, you're friends, no?
We're friends. Yeah, we're
Okay.
friends.
So we
We're
have
friends.
live example, no?
We have a live example
But are
for
you
sure.
guys
Yeah,
really
but we
friends?
No, it's a
I
great.
think-
It's a
I think-
wonderful
I
example.
think
It's a
she want to
wonderful
open
example.
something. No?
Ronit, are you guys really
What
friends?
do you think? What do you think about our friendship, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Please, this is an open forum. Say whatever you want to say. It's completely okay. No judgment here. What do you think about our friendship? Can we remain
If
friends?
Wait,
No,
Roni, if
but-
Eden came tomorrow and he said, "Hey, I'm serious about you. I like you. Let's date." What would you say?
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
What a question.
What a question. What a question.
I think this is an open forum. I don't think we have to be embarrassed.
It's not about embarrassment. It's about my privacy.
That's completely okay.
That's okay.
That's completely okay. What do you think, Ziv?
About.
About that? About what you just
I
said?
can tell you what I think.
Tell
No, like I
She's
I
going
respect.
for it
I
100%.
respect. What?
100%. She's going for it.
She's going. You think she's going for it 100%?
Oh yeah,
You're speaking for her.
I'm speaking for her.
Ah, okay.
my
Wow.
opinion.
Based on what? Based on what? Hold on. Are you gonna tell me fuck you? Is it Mitch?
Is it Mitch or Eden?
Is it
I
Mitch?
can't figure it out.
Is Mitch the love of your life, or what's going on here?
No, okay. She said like American men. So like I'm not in the picture, but we have like Mitch, we have Ari, and we have
Right.
No,
And then-
Ari's out.
It's not me.
Because Ari dated my friend, so that.
I never dated.
Ah, he's
Never
a
did-
ah.
I never did. Went on one date, one drink.
It's off limits already.
It's a reason not to date with.
Yeah.
You think so?
No, I feel like girl code kind of a thing.
It's like-
For me, like it sounds like excuse.
I have a
Sorry.
question. You guys are both friends, right? I know you're in a relationship
Yeah.
right now. Yeah, you guys. I'm
Yeah.
talking about you guys. You're both friends. You're in a relationship. Imagine you were in a relationship, and imagine that you're hanging out. You're together. You go out. You meet a guy, and you hit it off a little bit, and you find out that they went on a date together.
I think it's fine. Like
Yeah.
A date.
one date. Fine.
They-
No, but it depends what happened in
Depends
that
on
day.
what happened on the date. I'm gonna take it a step up. They kissed, they made out, maybe there was a little bit of intimacy involved. It never progressed past that. Maybe they both were interested, but for some reason nothing ever happened. Would you have an issue with her going on a date with the guy?
One date. Like I've been on one date with the
You
guy.
went on one date with the guy and you kind of liked him, and you know
You went
what
to his
happened, happened.
home.
I feel
what
like
happened
if I liked
happened.
him,
What
I would
happened
have told
happened.
her, and she wouldn't do that. Like if I like say, oh,
No,
I
but let's just
like
say it
this
happened a while
guy.
ago. It happened a while ago, 4 or 5 months ago, and now you guys are friends. And all of a sudden, you run into him at this party, and you guys are hanging out, and he's there,
We're
and he talks to her, and he gets her number, and then only after the fact do you tell her, "Hey, by the way, I had this thing with this guy, but she's interested. But she's interested."
I don't have any guy that I've been on one date that I liked him enough for me to prohibit my friend to go on a date with him. Like if I've been on one date, like it doesn't have like one date is not enough for me to like someone. So for me, I'm fine. Like
No matter what happened in that
Whatever
date.
happened on
no
that
matter.
date?
like one single like okay,
What
what,
if you guys
happened?
Yeah.
slept together on that
you
date?
guys
What if things got a little bit more hot and heavy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I will never sleep with someone on the first date.
Okay.
Are you
so
sure?
Everyone
What?
says that.
No.
Me neither.
Everybody says that until
Me
it
neither.
happens,
Says that until they do
and They
it.
make exceptions to their rules, right?
No, but like
But
It happens. Listen.
sometimes it happens.
It
Sometimes
happens to everybody.
There's no judgment. It's not. It's a good
There's
thing,
no
a bad thing.
judgment.
It is what it is. Sometimes there's
Yeah.
natural chemistry. Things get, people
People like each
like
other.
each
things
other. They
happen.
follow whatever. They follow the flow. They go
okay,
with the flow.
it never happened to me. Like
Never happened to you.
sleeping with like having sex with someone never happened to me on a first date.
Okay,
Will
no, it's
never
completely fine.
happen,
It's completely
probably.
fine.
Like,
That's
I don't
what-
know.
Will never happen. How can you know?
I don't know.
How you can
say
be
that.
sure?
I don't.
These things happen.
But you're still like young. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, so
There's some time to go.
I don't know.
That's what
There's
you
some
think.
time to go.
You know how many things I thought when I was like 18.
I don't think it will happen in a near future. I don't know.
Olivia,
okay,
what do you
right
think
now,
about?
so I wouldn't care if she goes on a date with
Okay.
a guy that I've been on one date.
Okay. So it depends.
Same situation.
It
You and a
depends.
friend.
It depends. I actually have a guy friend that dated my girlfriend for they went on like 3 or 4 dates. We're they slept together, whatever. But mutually, we're like, this isn't it. Like we're better off as friends. And now that guy friend is like seeing our other friends, and it's not weird. It's not weird at all. But that's so rare.
Yeah,
like that is so rare. Like it's beautiful that it could happen, but normally no. Like let's say like I went on a date with a guy once. I didn't really like him. Maybe we kissed, and my friend was like, I want to date him. Like even like a month, 2 later, I'd be like, no, not okay.
You would say no.
You would say no.
I'd be like, not okay.
You would say no, not okay, if you kissed him on the first date.
I also wouldn't like if the roles were reversed. I wouldn't do it to my friend. Maybe like years pass.
No, I understand
I
this
still
whole.
wouldn't.
I understand this whole like,
It's just
friends
weird.
friends first. I understand this whole like notion. It's weird, but what if, this girl could potentially be a better match for this guy, and you care about number one your friend because she's a friend of yours. You care for her best interest. You want what's ideal for her, and if this guy is ideal for her and they actually have like genuine chemistry, why not help foster that?
Totally. I think it depends on like why me and the guy wouldn't have gone on a second or third date. That it's completely dependent on that.
It's dependent on that. I don't know. There's a number of reasons. Maybe he never followed up.
Then
maybe you never
then-
followed up. Maybe you never followed
Yeah.
up, or you never followed through to his proposals, or something like that.
I think it would have to end nicely.
Could be anything.
I think it would have to be like personally, if I was like did something with someone, I would never just like be on ghost mode, and I would expect the same. So that wouldn't happen.
But people ghost.
People ghosted. But like
People
I don't,
ghost,
I
whether
don't
you like
think-
it or not. Everybody gets ghosted,
I'm in
right?
favor
Everybody
of
ghosts,
ghosting.
and you're
I
in
am
favor
not.
of ghosting.
I'm in favor of ghosting.
You're in
I don't
excuse
need-
me?
No, if
You're
you-
in favor of ghosting.
Yeah, I've never
I'm
been
not.
ghost, but I go like you don't need to explain yourself why you don't want to go on a second date with
If you've
someone.
slept
Yeah,
with
but
someone.
it's
No, it's two different
rude.
things. Like explain yourself and ghosting. It's two
Hey,
different
by
things.
the way, it's not
Okay.
working
It's not
out,
the
but
same.
basic
It's not the same.
respect.
No. I think if you've never done anything physical with one another, okay, ghost. If you want on like 1 or 2 dates, fine. But if you've been physical, you have to say something. You have to because it's a
Olivia,
it's
you're
a
one of the good
disrespect.
ones.
It's a disrespect.
Super
I
disrespect.
tend to agree
I
with you,
feel
but
like
let's
the
just say you
person-
meet a person, you hang out with them a little bit, you get whatever, you get the person's number, you talk a little bit, you text, whatever, you're trying to make something happen, and then something happens. Ghost.
Yeah, whatever.
Why? Why
I feel
ghost?
like you
I
don't, the
I
person don't need a whole explanation why you don't want to be with that person. Like just ghost. Like
Yes, they do though.
You
Yes,
think,
they do.
like, on a first date?
No, I'd rather get ghosted.
I'd rather get
Don't
ghosted
make
as
me
well.
answer that.
By a show
don't-
of hands, who ghosts here?
Like who doesn't?
I
Olivia, you're
think
saying to everybody
I think
else
I
is the
didn't.
devil.
I don't think I've ever ghosted
I think
anyone.
I didn't.
I don't think I've
Never.
ever ghosted
Okay.
anyone.
What's
that
the
I've gone on
problem?
dates with.
Just sending a message.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
what I
could, you
said.
could
What's
send
the
a message
problem,
out
like-
of
What are
common
you gonna
courtesy
say? Oh,
and
I
give
don't
someone.
want to go on a second date because I don't like you.
No, it's not about only
You don't
going
have to say it
to
like
a
that.
date or not
You
going
don't
to a
say
date.
it like that. Like,
Like,
Right.
oh hey, I'm
like
sorry.
I don't think we're
I'm
compatible,
sorry.
but I
Right.
think you're amazing. Like, there's no reason to bruise someone's ego ever,
I agree.
ever. So, like, personally, like, if I've gone on a date with someone that I don't
give
like,
the courtesy, yeah.
if I
give the
don't
courtesy.
like, and if they're showing me signs that they like me, they're continuing texting me, and I'm not into it. Hey, I like you, but I don't think we're compatible like this. I think we could be friends. If you actually want to be friends, don't lie
Right.
about it.
Right.
Don't lie about it.
What you try to turn all these guys into friends?
No.
I don't. I think if I have enough of a connection with someone to like want to see them over and over again, but I don't want to be intimate with them, why not be friends?
Because
Right.
you know the guy's trying to get up in there.
I don't think it has to be like that.
The guys. We got to call it, but the guys always try to get up in there.
Always,
That's what it
every
is. The guys
time.
always try to get up in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, even if you
That's
don't.
my, guys, that's my one lesson for everybody here. If everyone wants to take a little takeaway, there's 4 girls here. The guy's always trying to get up in there, whether he's a friend or your boyfriend or he's a
that's why you
colleague or a
invited us?
student or whatever it is. No. This is a different context. But for the dudes that are involved in
teaching
your life,
other people
they're
how to get
always
up in
trying to
there,
get up
yeah.
in there. Remember
I don't
that.
think so. If they're friends, like your best friend, it's not gonna happen.
Cap.
time.
We're
Give
gonna
it time.
Guys, we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it there.
No,
We're gonna
like-
call it there, guys. Thank you for an amazing show. Thank you, all of you guys, for coming on. It was amazing. It was a good time. Till next time, guys. Bye bye.